There you go.
Jason, thanks for joining us. Um, all players wanting to be drafted this weekend are kind of in the same boat. So I'm just curious, what are the challenges that you've had to endure during this time trying to get ready? And then also, what are you trying to do to maybe give yourself a little bit of an advantage over the other guys since we are in such a unique situation?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's a really difficult time. Everything's shut down. Can't get into workouts and use like proper equipment and all that. So, I mean, just utilizing, kind of what I grew up on, just going out there, just running sprints and, you know, just doing all I can on the field. And I mean, I guess that's kind of the thing that I kind of use to get ahead. I know some guys don't have access to like public parks, but I do. So um, definitely using that to my advantage right now.
Go ahead, Greg.
Jason, Jay Bateman talked about how dynamic of a player you are in being able to play positions both in 3-4 defenses and 4-3 looks. Have you received a lot of word from teams about where you may best be fitted?
I'd say most of them say, kind of being 4-3 and then kind of kick it inside, kind of on passing downs. That's what most teams say. Some say just 3-4 in. Few of them just said strictly D tackle. So, I mean, it's kind of still up in the air right now. So we'll just see when I get there.
Good, Greg.
Good, thank you.
Ross, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is a little bit similar to Greg's, but I mean, with playing those different positions, how difficult is it to kind of figure out what kind of weight you need to have? Because I know the UNC, your weight varied a little bit, and if you're switching from the outside to the inside, how that goes about for you, especially when you move to the next level.
I mean, yeah, right now I'm just kind of stay kind of in the middle. Just whatever they need me to weigh in at. I mean, I know how to get my body weight up and down. So right now I'm just kind of just playing the field, just right in the middle.
What is that weight right now?
285.
Thanks.
So.
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Jason, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I have two questions for you. The first one is, how have you been able to help yourself, maybe help your stock since the season ended, and maybe even since the combine ended?
I mean, it just starts with just taking advantage of every opportunity I got. I got the Senior Bowl invite. That was huge. And going into that, I just wanted to, show coaches that I'm versatile. I can move around. I got a high motor. I just put my best foot forward, in every opportunity. And same thing at the combine, just doing everything that I can, just showing them my athleticism.
The other question is, teams obviously have a ton of film on you, but how much do you think it helped you that you played a lot at end late last season, that you were able to give them a good sampling of what you can do out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was thankful. I moved out to the end spot. I mean, like you said, it just showed, my versatility, and I think that's the strongest point of my game. Just being able to move around wherever teams need me.
Good, Andrew.
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Jonathan, coming over to you.
Hey, Jason, not having a pro day, how did that change maybe your mindset or maybe how you approach things moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that, nothing's guaranteed, and just moving forward, just be ready whenever that time is. So, I mean, like I said, just doing sprints and all that, just staying ahead of the curve, really. That's pretty much it.
I guess the pro day would have given you the opportunity to talk to more coaches. Did you feel like you talked to enough, or did you have to reach out in ways that you otherwise might not have? Or when they called, did you make sure that you did anything different or anything like that?
I mean, I had the same meetings I had before pro day. The visits set up, they were all the same. So all the same teams called me back. So, it was just I just wasn't physically at the place. So I was still able to talk to, a lot of coaches through FaceTime and Zoom. So.
Good, Jonathan?
Yes, thank you.
JB, coming to you.
All right, you got me?
Yep.
Hey, Jason, thanks so much for taking out time for us, man. How much will the dynamic of this being a virtual draft change how you and maybe your family or, your circle guys will approach, waiting for your name to be called? How much will that virtual draft, how much will that dynamic change the way you guys approach this?
A lot. Right now we just plan on just staying home. Maybe 3 other people are going to be here. We're all going to be social distancing. So very drastically it's changed. But, for my loved ones to be there when my name gets called, that's really all that matters to me. So, yeah.
Anything further, JB?
No, sir. Appreciate it.
Brett, go ahead.
How closely are you going to be following this thing? Are you going to be watching this on TV unfold, or are you going to try to find something to keep you distracted until the phone rings?
Yeah, I'm probably going to find something to distract me. I'll see, my guys, whoever's picked ahead of me, I'll go text them, whatever. I'll see it on Twitter, but I think I'm going to try not to, just stay calm about it. Just take my mind off things.
This process, do you start watching the phone and waiting for the thing to ring?
Excuse me?
At what point in this process, day 2, day 3, do you start, keeping an eye on that phone, waiting for that thing to ring?
Yeah, I just watched it all 3 days, really. You never know. So.
Ross, go ahead.
Strowbridge, Jason, I know you've talked in the past about how big this is for your family to get drafted and the opportunity to, change some lives and provide for your family, things like that. Have you thought about how special it's going to be to hear your name called and kind of what that's going to mean in that moment?
Yeah, it's crazy that someone's here, but it's just, I don't know if it'll even sink in when it happens, but it'll just be crazy. I don't even know. Just gotta wait and see.
Go ahead, Ross. You good?
Yeah, a different question. Why did you end up picking UNC? You're from Florida, and how has UNC kind of helped you develop to become? Because I don't think you weren't a super super highly ranked kid to develop to where you are now, where you could be a top 3 round pick.
Yeah, kind of the biggest deciding factor, going to UNC was just Coach Chiswick, and then just the people at UNC. When I went on my visit, it was just, they accepted me like I was family. So just felt like this was my second home. Miami coaches and Florida coaches, they're mad, but it is what it is. But being at UNC, it's just, I've grown so much, so many lessons, just, I wouldn't change it for anything. So.
Go ahead.
Hey, Jason. Last year, you and Aaron really held your own on the defensive line, and now that you guys are both gone, I'm curious who you think can step up and move forward and kind of take over for you and him, since you guys are leaving such a big hole there on the defensive line for UNC.
Honestly, we have a lot of good young guys, but I think between Ray Vahasik, Zach Gill, and Jaleel Taylor, I think they'll be the ones to step up and fill in for our spots, for sure.
Gregory, anything else?
What is it about those 3 that you saw them last year develop? Ray especially, we heard his name a lot near the end of the season. What did you see out of them that makes you confident that they can be the guys this year?
Yeah, just the way they approach the game. They're all good listeners. They can be coached, and they want to get after it. They want to leave a legacy. So I have all faith in them for them to do that and exceed what we did. So.
Alyssa, go ahead.
Yeah, Jason, have you had the opportunity to talk to Charlie Heck? I know you guys are kind of going through the same thing,
Mhm.
have the same kind of feelings. Have you spoke to him, and have you talked to Coach Brown?
Stopped by Coach Brown's office one time before everything happened, but I've shot Charlie a couple of texts. I mean, we're kind of in the same boat. Luckily, we got to go to the combine, so I mean that was great. But, I mean, we're both kind of just sitting, waiting, really, and working out. So
Anything further, Alyssa?
Yeah, just when you look back on this previous year and what Coach Brown has done for this program and how special it was, can you reflect on that for us a little bit and just what this meant to you and kind of the trajectory of this program?
yeah, I mean, Coach Brown. I mean, I always say, I mean, he's a stand-up guy, great dude. I love him as a coach, love him as a person. But I mean, since the first day he stepped on campus, since the first team meeting, he told us what we're gonna do. Told us how we're gonna do it, and everyone bought in. And I mean, I only see us going up from there. Everyone's totally locked in, even with all the Zoom calls, with all this quarantine mess. All the guys are still working out. They're still, doing workouts, and they're showing that they want to get it. So I mean, I have all faith in this team for next year.
Good, Alyssa?
I'm good, thanks.
Jared, go ahead.
Hey, Jason, you talked about the importance of partaking in pro day. I was just curious as to how you approach that, from a mental and emotional standpoint when that's taken away from you. Do you feel like as if you were robbed of a chance to, further put more stuff out there for scouts? How do you approach that from a mental aspect?
I mean, life throws curveballs. I mean, I just kind of, it is what it is. I'm thankful. I'm glad I got the opportunity to go to the combine and do what I did there. But I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I feel so bad for the dudes that weren't able to participate in the pro day, but and show coaches out their athleticism, whatever. But I mean, really, just kind of got to take it around with whatever opportunity you got.
Anything further, Jared?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I'm going to go to Landon here. Landon, go ahead.
Has any of the coaches that you talked to given you insight about what the next steps will be after you drafted, whether you'll go out there or still stay home and train?
I mean, they're kind of in the same boat. They don't really know what's going to happen. Rookie minicamp is probably going to be shut down. So, I mean, I think from what I've been hearing from coaches, I mean, I'll probably be out there, right before training camp to start training camp, really. That's really all I know.
Anything more, Landon?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Jonathan, coming to you.
Jason, you briefly mentioned, that you don't know if it'll sink in if you get an opportunity with a team. I'm wondering, when you look back on your journey, like, what kind of things stand out? What kind of things come to mind?
I mean, just adversity, just happiness, just the whole range, really. I think back to when I broke both my feet, just being in 2 boots and just looking at how I just, kind of, grinded it out and just I am here where I am right now, and it's just crazy just thinking back on it. Just everything.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Well, I guess when you, how are you able to kind of get through those tough times? You mentioned breaking both of your feet.
Yeah, just thinking back to why I play football, why I do what I do, and why I went to UNC, get a degree, play good football, and go to the NFL. So I mean, I just thought back to why I did what I did, and that's what got me through really all of it.
Good, Jonathan?
Thank you.
JB, go ahead.
Yeah, you got me. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good deal. Jason, 2-part question, I guess. First, I have to ask you, were you able to see the first 2 parts of the MJ documentary last night?
I wasn't.
You were not. Okay. Well, then I really can't answer my question. But you know what? I'll ask it in this manner as far as like all the buzz you're hearing about it. You know what I mean? From maybe your teammates and fellow Carolina grads, maybe the pride that just comes out of like, you know, a documentary that can have that type of impact, and the pride you guys get for being affiliated because it's your school, and, you know, the future prospects that may come out of this with recruiting and all that or whatever. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a bunch of tweets talking about, you know, Michael Jordan went to my school, this and that. So I mean, I know it's gonna be a good documentary. But I mean, like you said, we're very prideful at UNC. So I mean, that's always good to see. Definitely got to check it out soon though.
Good, JB.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just shocked that neither one of the guys have seen the Jordan documentary yet, and they're Tar Heels. I gotta call y'all out for that one, man. I gotta call y'all both y'all out for that one.
What do you think? They're just sitting around watching TV, JB?
I'm just saying.
They got things to do.
Busy guys.
They're not. They ain't got all this free time like we do.
I got it.
No, man. I just missed it, man.